Hello everybody, this is Paul Neeson with the Raw Life Health Show. I get many questions about what to do and what to eat and how to live. And today I want to answer this question about where is the best place to live. And people say, well, if you could live anywhere in the world where you would decide to live, where would it be? Well, I want to submit to you that yes, we need to know a good place where to go, but we all have the opportunity to live wherever we want to live. We have to look at all of the things that are important to us when we choose a place to live. And for me, I can tell you what they are and why I live where I do live. But for other people, you might have different priorities. But still, if you're living at a place that you don't really enjoy and that you don't really like, why are you living there, folks? You can change your reality, you can change your position, and you can get out of that situation. The majority of people can do it immediately. Some people, it might take some time, but you can live wherever you want to live in the world. The first thing I decided to look at when it was where I want to live, it was looked at climate. I believe I grew up in a colder climate in New York City, but I've always wanted to live in a more comfortable climate. So that's why I chose South Florida, West Palm Beach specifically. Now some people will say, well, how come not Miami? Why West Palm Beach? Just to give you an example, I grew up in a big crowded city. And one of the things I wanted to get away from was the noise pollution and the hustle and bustle of a big crowded city. So I found a smaller city right outside a bigger city. West Palm Beach is about 40 minutes north of Miami, which is a really big, fast city. So West Palm Beach is a little slower, but not so slow. We're in the middle of nowhere. I can't do great with the country because city is in me. But I don't want to be in the city. I wanted to get out of the city. So I got a place that I feel is the perfect place for me to be living. Then you got raising a family and the food we should be eating. Well, I love tropical fruits and vegetables, and I love growing food all year round. I love fruit trees. So Florida works for me on so many different levels. And, activity level, I love to get out in nature and exercise. I got the beach. I got parks in me and so many great things. Now, there's good and positives about both situations. Now, you look at other people. Some people like the mountains. They like hiking. Well, you might want to move somewhere where they have that. If you have a family, if you have children, you want to move to more children active area or child-friendly area than that. If you're married, you got to take your spouse's consideration and what's best for them for you to be in a perfect environment. You don't want to be somewhere and somebody else not to be happy or vice versa. So you got to weigh these things out and consider these things. But from my experience, food-wise, living a raw food diet, a raw food lifestyle, living in the South is the best place to live in the United States at least. Now, if we go outside the United States and look at countries all over the world, I had a friend test the air quality and decide longevity where he wanted to live, and he chose Ecuador. So he moved to Ecuador, and I hear the climate's wonderful out there. I don't know much about the culture, but I've been traveled a lot over the years, and Singapore would be my first choice for living outside the United States in another country. It is far; it's on the other side of the planet here, but it's in my opinion, it's like New York City, but clean with the most amazing food. Now, I do have to admit, it's really hot and humid there. It makes Florida look like wintertime. It is hot in Singapore, but for me personally, it has all the things on my list that I want in a place to live. So if I had to live outside the United States, it would be a place like Singapore. But I don't know. I haven't looked into the government, the taxes, and living there as a foreigner. But I do know the #1 language in Singapore is English, and there are a lot of foreigners living there. So I don't know the specifics about how to get there and stay there and live there permanently or anything like that. I've been to Europe. Rome was really nice, but it was like a smaller New York. I did like Rome, but nowhere near, it gets really cold there, I hear, in the winter time, and the food isn't as good as Singapore. And, Australia was, to me, not too much different than certain cities in the United States. But for me, there it is. I mean, in the United States, it would be Florida. It would be California, because they have the best farmers markets around. California has really amazing farmers markets. The weather's really nice in California. But for me, a big thing was traffic. I just dislike traffic. I didn't want to be in the traffic. So I'm not moving to California. But I love the Midwest. Here I am in Kansas City on this trip right here. And I really enjoy it. So Kansas City would be on my list as well. And that's it. So, post below the video, reply to the video. Where have you settled? Have you settled in a place that was ideal for you? If not, do you have an ideal place, an ideal dream where you think you would want to be? So check it out. Let me know, post below the video, and maybe I can tell you my experience on those places. I have been to a lot of different places. All right, until then, everybody, have a great day and a great raw life.
Nature's wealth, good for your health. This is the Raw Life Health Show. Raw Life, brighten up your life.